Alright, that's freaking awesome. I cannot tell you how good this game is about to be. I absolutely cannot emphasize it enough. 0 Hour is about to become the top-notch CQB SWAT experience. Now, I've never played it before, but Ready or Not looks like it's got some major competition. What's crazy is that 0 Hour, $12, $12 US. Ready or Not, it's still $120 to play right now in the alpha. Not even a question here, especially with the hiccups that Ready or Not has had. 0 Hour is planning to release their Black Dawn update mid-May this year, so likely sometime within the next month. And so I wanted to take a look at the devlog they just released and talk about some of the high-quality improvements coming to the game. My name is Tacti. If hardcore tactical shooters are your thing, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. Help me get to 4,000 before the end of the month. Big goals, I know, but I think we can do it. Also, like the video if you enjoy the content, and as always, stay tactical. Alright, let's hop in. Currently, the game is in a stable state. It certainly has its bugs and flaws, but overall it's playable. It's still early access, so these things are somewhat expected, but I think one of the most exciting things about being a part of an early access game is being able to see the progress along the way, especially when games make giant leaps like this one. One of the first things I want to mention about this update is the shoulder tapping. This is something that I thought only the game Ground Branch was going to have in the near future, but what a cool mechanic. I also found out Arma, I guess, has this mechanic with a mod, but I've never played it, I don't have it, so I really couldn't tell you how that compares. While this mechanic isn't anything game-changing, it does add a sense of immersion. Sure, it's easier to communicate with a mic and tell your teammates when they're ready, but who really wants to do that when you can just press a button and pretend that you're in the game? Next, and probably most game-changing, is the new AI behavior mechanic. Right now, you can walk up to an enemy, scream, "Police, hands in the air!" and they may surrender. Then you move on and nothing happens. They begin to sit down, they put their hands up, that's it. You continue to clear the house, and they just stay there. Now, however, a few things are going to change. If they do surrender, you're going to have to cuff and subdue the baddie and then continue to clear. Here's the real kicker though. Some of these homies will actually pretend to surrender, and then try to pop you. You gotta stay vigilant. You can also shoot the weapon out of their hand to disarm them. Now, from a realism perspective, not quite that reasonable, but from a coolness factor, that's pretty dope. It sounds like their awareness and reaction to certain elements such as visually noticing you and flashbangs will be altered as well. Overall, just bringing the AI to a solid level. AI is something that pretty much every game struggles with, so it'll be interesting to see this new system and how it's implemented. Another thing being added to the game is weapon customization. Currently, there are only certain weapon builds, so you can't add a red dot or suppressor, no optics, anything like that. The weapon is just pre-built, you just select it. So this is something that all tactical shooters have that's going to bring a lot of personal preference to the game, and that's always a good thing. It appears a bunch of new optics and attachments will be added to the game, so the more the merrier. They're also going to be adding in the G36, one of my favorite weapons in any game, so I'm really excited about this one. Along the lines of customization, they're going to be adding watches and wristbands. Let's talk a bit more about weapons, gunplay, and animations. They've added a new aspect of realism when it comes to weapon manipulation. Standing still, walking, and sprinting all have separate ADS times, and they look really, really good. It's also going to slow down gameplay a bit, which is also really good. The more realism and tactical movements, the better. They've also added new and improved third-person animations. No more instantly just starting to rappel on the wall. It's got an animation to toss it up there. They've also added this thing called short stocking, and I know Insurgency Sandstorm has this feature, but when you walk straight towards the wall, instead of raising your weapon into high carry, you keep your weapon shouldered for quicker target acquisition when leaning. What would be even cooler is to add a swap shoulder mechanic. This is something cool that would be added to the game. Hopefully they get that in there. Overall, just a lot of refinement happening when it comes to animations, but one of the really cool things coming is the speed adjustment. Much like Tarkov, you'll now be able to choose how fast you're walking. A great addition when it comes to sneaking along. Sometimes I want to walk. Sometimes I want to walk faster. Sometimes I want to walk a little bit faster. So this will be helpful. Another change to the weapons is that now there will be bullet penetration. So if you shoot through a baddie, it'll penetrate and hit the next baddie, though with lower damage. I believe, not 100% certain, but I believe they're going to have different values for penetrating through different body parts. I know it was a poll on their Discord, so I'm not 100% certain. Alright, are you ready for the real game changer? I mean, this kind of stuff is the thing of the future. I've talked about it a bit with the upcoming game 6 Days in Fallujah. That'll link across the screen in the top, but the devs are adding procedural prop generation. Each room is going to have a certain amount of props arranged in a procedurally generated way to make every room clearing experience different. Now currently, it's just props, so it's not going to change the game dramatically, it's not going to change the layout of the building, but it's still going to make a new experience each time, and I love the potential for replayability here. And if the devs can figure out a way to make the internal walls procedurally generate while still making sense, I mean, that'd be next level stuff. Now, it's coming to game soon, mark my words, but hopefully sooner rather than later. It'd be cool if 0 Hour were the first. Now, that's all that was shown in the devlogs, but turns out they're also going to be adding a new map as well. Maybe a couple. Shout out to the creator called Scott Hotrod. I'll link to his video down below. He apparently has access to the dev build of this game. Devs, if you're listening, this would save me a ton of time putting these videos together and getting some good footage for this. So, feel free to message me in your Discord to get me hooked up. Anyways, they're adding a 747 map to the game where it appears you'll have to defuse a bomb and clear the area. New maps are always a welcomed addition. Let's talk a little bit about the future of this game, because at the rate that these features are being added, the game has a huge opportunity to thrive. Very few games have these features. What still kills me is that the game is only $12. So if you got $12, pick this game up right now. Do yourself a favor. You can do that by heading to my game store, linked down below in the description. This will directly support me and help you out. Win-win. But as far as the game's potential here, it's got the ability to really make some moves. Get enough content creators on board, continue to refine it, continue to add realism aspects, the game could be a super big hit. One of the things that really needs to be examined though is PvP. Now right now, it's hard for me to find a PvP match. While this isn't really my area of concern, I'm more of a co-op kind of guy, it can still be a selling point for those more competitive players that feel a sense of overwhelming sadness about the Rainbow Six series. The game has the potential to cater to both the hardcore tactical immersive players and the players hungry for some competition. Now, if this game is able to pull this stuff off the way they need to, expect a price boost in the future. I'm thinking $12 is just way too cheap for the quality of product you're getting here. Grab it now before that $12 price tag becomes the $30 that it could be. Alrighty gang, that wraps up this one. If you're still around, obviously you're a true hero. I appreciate the support watching this long. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was very informative. I hope you're looking forward to the game as much as I am. So you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.